Microphone check. Break and finish. Keep it says photography. Microphone check. Microphone check. Please don't shout. Please don't shout. A very good evening, Africa. Welcome to what looks like every time it does happen could be pretty much today the biggest match that there can be on the African continent when Aden Joseph of South Africa and Caesar Chandiga of Uganda face off. The entire African pool fraternity catches are called. This is the 7th edition of many matches between Aden and Caesar. Many of them have been happening post big competitions, and this one will not be any different. Today the race has been shortened from the normal 21 to 17. They are racing to 17 for 4,000 US dollars. Welcome to Mchana Pub and Grill. We are opposite Prestige Plaza alongside Ngong Road in Nairobi, the capital city of the East African country of Kenya. To present you the audio of these videos, my name is Simon Peter Chobe. This audio feed, as well as the video, are on about 5 different platforms. My own socials, Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. The audio and video is also on Qpixels Photography Facebook and I think YouTube. The audio and video is as well on Mchana Pool Club Facebook and YouTube. Aden 3 And Caesar 3 raised to 21 for 4,000 US dollars, and live commentary is resuming shortly. Now, on a very cold evening here in Nairobi, today is Monday, 18th August 2025. The initial reason as to why these players are in this country of Kenya was to partake in a Super 16-man competition that was organized and fully sponsored by Chan Pub and Grill. That comp was won by Aden South African compatriot Jerry, who defeated Caesar in the final. But just before the final was played, Aden's team and Caesar's team, the ATA, did have an agreement to have this match, which will be the 7th edition of money matches. The first off in matches way more than 15, but in terms of money matches, this one should be the 7th, and with Caesar having a very good head-to-head performance statistical discrepancy against Aden. Aden has defeated Caesar the last time that they faced off and the first time that they faced off in South Africa and Uganda respectively. And I'm speaking of money matches. Otherwise, outside of those two, there are 4 different times in between that we all won and in quick succession by Caesar. The first match between them was played in 2023 in Kampala by 21 frames to 20. Aden won after winning the last 5 frames all in a row. Caesar had to follow Aden up all the way to Nairobi Mchana Pub and Grill here where we are. That match was won by Caesar by 21 frames to 20. He also won the last 4 frames all in a row. The first edition of the Grand Mchana Open Championship was played later that year in 2023 from the organizing committee. They organized $1,000 money match again between Aden, again and Caesar. Again Caesar won, again with 21 frames to 20, again here at Mchana Pub and Grill. That did. Then very late on in the year, the African Championships were organized in Johannesburg, South Africa. After the event, there was a money match between the two. Again, Aden and Caesar again won by Caesar by 21 frames to 18 at Flames Pub and Grill in Johannesburg. Just last Saka in Zambia after the billiards. Double elimination competition that was won by Aden. There was a match between the two, a money match ended by 21 frames to 15. Caesar defeating Aden. Those were the 4 consecutive victories for Caesar against Aden. Be reminded that in that comp, Caesar was defeated by Aden in the tournament itself. The last time they faced off in a match was again in Johannesburg, again in South Africa, when Caesar toured South Africa playing money matches and comps with the better of South African players as it's a lead. The money match was won by 21 frames to 10 by Aden, this time winning outright and winning with a very big margin. There are other times when these two players have faced off in tournaments. For instance, the Queen's Sports Club double elimination competition that was won by Aden earlier this year. In the semi-finals, he faced Caesar, racing to 11, Aden winning by 11 frames to 8. Amongst a few others, in fact, when they faced off in competitions, Aden has had some big advantage, and Caesar having an advantage in money matches until it was cancelled recently when the two faced off in a Super 16-man comp that was organized at Q Masters in Tanzania. They faced off in the semi-finals. Caesar won by 7 frames to 4. And then in the main event itself, the Q International Carnival first edition, they faced off in the round of 16. Again, Caesar won So if there is one player that has had very good statistics in terms of head-to-head against Aden, that player is Caesar. Now the two were not exactly very happy according to the results that happened in matches involving them for different reasons in the last week or so. They both traveled to Tanzania to participate at the Q-Masters International Pool Carnival. Caesar performing, I will say, very well, winning the 16-man comp and then coming second in the main event itself. The following day, maybe the following 2 days, Aden won a money match against Kelvin at the same event before the two traveled to Kenya. Caesar went to Zanzibar first as part of his privilege for reaching the final. Then here, the competition, the main event was won by Jerry. He defeated both to win the competition. But there is unfinished business between Aden and Caesar. These players are facing off at Mchana Pub and Grill for the third time now. The first two have all been won by Caesar. He does represent his country, Uganda, his club, Upper Volta Pool Club, and his management team, the Advanced Talent Agency. Aden represents his country, South Africa. His management team should be Flames, and I beg to be corrected, and groups like they call them the TJL, the Joseph Legacy. They say he's one player that deserves a very big legacy on the African continent, and I do agree with them 100%. And the two, without a shadow of doubt, are two of the greatest African players ever to play pool. One player that has come to challenge Aden's dominance of the sport on the African continent is Caesar, and has done it pretty effectively. As for Caesar, he's a guy that is on fire, although people are judging him for the events that he has been losing. I will give you this funny statistic that over the space of the last 1 month, he has participated in 6 tournaments and has reached the final on 5, and that is in 5 different countries on 2 different continents, and has won 3 of them. The 3 include a small weekly comp in Uganda, then the 16-man comp at Q Masters, then the Commonwealth Heibo Championships, and has lost 2 other finals. That's the one yesterday against Jerry here, and the one against Royd exactly 7 days ago. As for Aden, before setting off for Tanzania, he won a relatively big double life competition, taking positions number 1 and 2. Tanzania was not all that successful for him besides the money match against Kelvin, and he's now in Kenya, and so far it has not been success whatsoever, not reaching the prize bracket despite him being one of the tournament favorites, losing out in both of his lives respectively. To the eventual winner, Jerry. Now Aden is equalizing after 8 frames of play. It is Aden 4 and Caesar 4. Welcome to Break and Finish Live Facebook, Mchana Pool Club Facebook, Mchana Pool Club YouTube, Pixels Photography Facebook, and YouTube, where this audio is being shared. Thank you for watching. Keep liking the video, keep loving these players, keep loving the sport, and keep supporting us as streamers. Once again, Aden 4 and Caesar 4. With what looks like the perfect break by the Ghost, as Aden is called. In terms of pool, they call South Africa nowadays the Ghost Nation. But South African people, I don't like those names, those nicknames. Ghost Nation, I don't even know what Rainbow Nation means. I'm kidding, with due respect. He has nominated to go for the Yellows. The Reds are only 4 and all positioned very well. I think he wasn't in position to put either of them easily. Let's see how this kind of game reading takes him. cue ball has moved a bit further than he would have wanted, but he can still recover if he can put yellow ball to the center pocket on the left, which he does, maintaining cue ball to put now the yellow ball at the corner pocket bottom right. He may have to have a little bit of right spin on the cue ball such that when it bounces off the cushion, it moves a little rightwards like that off the cushion. Well, it's a little bit tricky for the ghost, but again, Aden is Aden. He has played himself out of his pattern. He needs something very recovery shot, must spot and must maintain the white ball. He's going for a very sharp cut of the yellow towards the right such that it moves leftwards. It is on target, white ball not really on target. When it was hit, I actually thought it was always going in, and I'm discovering that it's not. He leaves only one relatively dead ball for Caesar, the red behind the yellow at the corner pocket bottom left, which Caesar will be having in his mind as he maps out a pattern that could regain his lead after Aden, I will say, carelessly losing his pattern, and could probably be losing a frame. Caesar will play the cue ball into the dead red, plays it into the dead red and plays it into space. Normally at that stage of the game, I say that the rest is a formality. He will want to put the red diagonally to the corner pocket top right, white ball being played with top spin, following the red all the way because he wants to put the second red to the corner pocket now, top left. Aden knows frame. Before I will say that Caesar has won it, I first say that Aden has lost it because of two unforced errors in the same frame. And after 9 frames of play, it is now Caesar 5 and Aden 4. Thank you for watching. Siraj Din, Betty Tabitha, bearded boyfriend, Benkick 97 track sporter on our different platforms. Every time that I will get a chance, I'll be trying to shout out to you. I never take it for granted that you'd use your precious time and precious data bundles to watch these streams, to support these players and support the streamers. Tyrone Lottery, thank you for watching. You're asking why Aden is playing like he doesn't want to win. He wants to win. By the way, when these players reported, I asked Aden, it is your turn to fill the table. Please have some frames. He said, I don't fill the table. The first frame is for filling the table, and he's be watching from somewhere in Harare. The action is coming coming to you live from Nairobi in Kenya. I am by the way tempted to think that these guys may not have had the last of themselves even here. If I'm not mistaken, Aden should be leaving Kenya on Wednesday. That means he will be open for business, not just today but also tomorrow. I'm also made to learn that Jerry is already home, probably in Durban also. Caesar is coming from a country that is neighbors with Kenya, absolutely visa free. He can stay here for as long as he wants. One thing that I have mastered about this young man from Uganda is that you get the best version of himself when he has a score to settle.
He was visibly unhappy. Normally, even when he doesn't win competitions, which happens many times, he's all smiles. But yesterday he looked visibly disappointed in that. victory. He wants to pour that frustration on Aden, and so far it is working out as he wins frame number 10.
Caesar 5, sorry, Caesar 6, and Aden 4. Race to 17 for 4,000 US dollars here at Mchana Pub and Grill, opposite Prestige Plaza, alongside Ngong Road, Nairobi City. Well, now when players of this level get to face off, many of the times the difference between their results could simply be determined by the break. Frame number 11 is broken by Aden. He is able to make a ball, leaves the cue ball in space, with seemingly the red positioned more favorably for him to make a clearance. With a guy of his experience,
He's seemingly going for the raids.
But I rarely see him making what looks like not.
Again, given the position of the balls after that combination shot,
one of
that
frames that
decision is kind
to play the wrong color of balls did cost him a frame. Now he has spotted both yellow and red. By the rules, the table remains open. I'm not so certain if he intended to pot them both by combination. But maybe he has too much target. And he's seemingly going for the reds. Again, given the position of the balls after that combination shot, that decision is kind of suspect. He could play cue ball to play it into the yellow that is close to another red, which is what he does, and now leaves the reds absolutely open for him to make a clearance that will bring him within one frame of Caesar. And now, after winning the first match of the day, which is some dress rehearsal for this game, there was a money match between Pila Mazambani and Collins Toy that ended suspect around 16 frames too. It ended 15 frames.
white ball can follow the red all the way for him to possibly pot even the second red
happy, but also
to the corresponding corner pocket now, top right of the screen. And rightly so, he leaves yet
he has been very humble.
another cut. I'm not so certain it is a cut big enough because he wants
there is a little bit
after rolling it in with big power, white ball bounces off the cushion.
And deciding to start with a different red first, wanting to pot it, white ball bouncing off the cushion a little. He intended to have
move towards the bottom end of the table. He's deciding to play the cushion ball using
such that when he plays top spin, white ball can follow the red all the way for him to possibly pot even the second red to the corresponding corner pocket now, top right of the screen. And rightly so, he leaves yet another cut. I'm not so certain it is a cut big enough because he wants a, after rolling it in with a big power, white ball bounces off the cushion on the top to move towards the bottom end of the table. He's deciding to play it, the cue ball using backspin. Look at how good white is moving. It was intercepted by the yellow.
It is
worst of
pretty
all,
much
he wasn't
suicidal.
even able to put his red on target.
Caesar will be welcoming
players
frame number 11 in his favor with the
like
open arms.
Given, it is pretty much suicidal.
Section connecting balls which are so distant from the pocket and making light work of the frame. Aden will be having himself to blame for giving Aoi a chance. It is
Here's the Scorpion playing one yellow into another, probably by connection. Wow, 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 wow. How dare does he even think of executing a shot like that, let alone play it to perfection, connecting balls which are so distant from the pocket and making light work of a frame. Aden will be having himself to blame for giving away a chance. It is the third time in the match that Aden is losing his pattern and losing the frame to Caesar, and no wonder Caesar's lead is just about to be extended by 3 frames. After 11 frames of play, it is Aden 4 and Caesar 7. He's made a ball on the break, Caesar. He needs to make a ball to close the table. There, after him needing to make a clearance and make a clearance by break and finish. A suspect yellow is the one that is touching the red near the area around the center pocket on the right. There is this tempting shot. Okay. I'm looking at Caesar playing yellow into red. If the yellow ball close to the center pocket on the right is portable. The other option of him trying to put it is if he moves the white towards the top end of the table on the right, he could put it to the bottom end of the table on the left. Sorry, if he had the yellow towards the top end of the table on the left, putting it easy there. Looks tricky if he pulls the position of the white in relation to both of the yellows. He may need to bounce it off 2 cushions on the top and then bottom right like that. And yes, in perfect space.
Iko sawa Elon. Elon. Iko sawa.
Yeah, that is what it is. Exactly. I'll do it. Okay, so let them finish. It's okay. Come on, Caesar, man. Come on, Caesar. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Caesar 8 and Aden 4.
Are you able to see that scoreboard because of the shining? Yes?
It's disturbing, but it's commentary. It's okay.
Why did they decide to put it there?
So the other option, if you want to change its direction a bit.
Yeah, I'll tilt it so that it's not facing the light. No, you know, right now, the problem is, you see, it's reflecting this light. So you can't see because of that reflection. Yes, make sure it's not. It is reflecting, so it's not clear. Lakini anaweza hapa.
It's becoming too regular how Aden is playing irregularly, I have to say. He's not having his game, he's not having his pattern on, he's making unforced errors, he's missing balls he's not supposed to miss. He's drawing Caesar into the game, he's also drawing Caesar's fans into the games, encouraging them to shout, and Caesar knows how to leave off noise of the fans. And Aden knows that after that miss, more likely than not, he's losing another frame, which will be a 5th all in a row. And while Caesar is queuing respectably well, Aden is not having his game on. I would think that he needs timeout as soon can be.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And with that very little backspin, he will be rolling yellow to the center pocket on the right, the second yellow to the corner pocket bottom right, and the frame will as well be as good as gone. All he needs is a little bounce of the white off the cushion on the left, and he moves it all the way towards the middle of the table such that he can put black with the biggest ease to the center pocket on the left and increase his lead, and comes at least the halfway stage of the number of frames he's supposed to win to take the money home. It is Caesar now 9 and Aden 4. A 3-minute timeout for Aden. The stream will remain on. The live commentary will resume with the resumption of play. Very busy players.
Nine.
How is it?
There it's not flashy. It's no longer flashy. Now, I think
Yes.
to remove the brace, if we put that one, we remove this one.
No, you see, with both of them now we are okay.
Sasa problem ni wachezaji nao watakuwa naweka sababu mbili. Moja tutajiwekea.
Yeah, it's okay. Si utakuwa ukiweka moja.
Tutajiwekea. Kwa sasa unajua ni
Wacha wachezaji wa flip. Wachezaji wa flip mwenye ako pale aweke hilo.
Then us will do that. Because it's about
I get it. Yeah.
But then Asema, you saw even in the tournament, when you were using this, we were also using them. Yes. Because they have been made for a reason.
Yes.
Whoever
Sawa.
Yeah.
Mon Caesar. Now,
Now we are begged like this. Never before. Now we are begged like this. Remember the name. Remember the name. Remember the name. Remember the name. Come on, Joseph. Come in there. Come on, Caesar, man. One by one. A chance is a chance. No mercy. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's okay, Caesar. It's okay.
Now, the thing that I've seen from timeout, Aden has probably felt the heat and has removed his jumper. He wants to play more free. There has been also bunt between the South African and Ugandan fans during timeout that they are alienating. They don't want to alienate football from pool, because after today in Kampala there is a football match in the Chan Championship between the Bafana and the Cranes of South Africa and Uganda respectively. We have a very tough looking face of the Scorpion. He actually wanted the pot even raised, and yeah, he's one guy that I've tried to read when he has a score to settle. I wouldn't bet against him. That's when you see the worst version of him, most especially if you are his opponent or if you're supporting his opponent. Now needing to put red, white ball curving around the yellow, moving around the yellow off the cushions, and will be sinking in the black. One thing you don't want as a player is to go down by 5 frames. You ask for timeout, and right after timing, your opponent wins the frame with 1 visit of the table. That's exactly what Caesar is subjecting Aden to now. The score is Caesar now in double figures on 10 and Aden on 6. Call it a bad day in office, bad breaks, unused chances, unforced errors, misses. That's what we are. That's what I could subject. That was I could use Aden's game so far as a conclusive summary. Not at all the Aden that we all know. And I would assume that he's the more rested player, was defeated in the competition way earlier than Caesar. Caesar played up to around coming to midnight yesternight. He was also part of the closing ceremony, receiving his prize for coming second. He's $1,700 richer, by the way. There is a miss and the first opportunity after timeout for Aden to try and claim a frame. He is serious for the Reds. He has one issue of a red ball which is frozen near the cushion at the top right end of the table for a concern. He will want to play a cue ball into it now. Ball off the cushion into the red. Beautiful queuing now. That is the Aden that I know. And will make this count by winning the frame and winning it with his current visit of the table. I don't know where Marisa Sifamkansi is now. He even says that Aden fans have hacked his Facebook page. Aden fans behave, I'm kidding. But he has lost his page. He has opened another account and has another page in the same name under the same name, Marisa. Kindly follow him. He's a very jolly guy and he's a very fun guy, and only as a fan, as a player, is a fish, but makes the game so interesting. Aden with another backspin off the cushion, in perfect position for him now to put the last red to the corner pocket bottom. Left white ball bouncing off the cushion and moving probably a little rightwards with some kind of right English on the cue ball in, and one of the best finish frames of the match, even though Aden is still in the low position in terms of the scores on the table. That one is a frame finished from the top draw, pretty much the Aden that we all know, and pulls one back. It is Aden 5 and Caesar 10.
Code 14 Henry. Okay, wait for it again. Code 14 Henry. Code 14 Henry.
Caesar is breaking frame number 16, pretty much on him, having double the amount of scores that Aden has, and now a big favorite to win this match, to get more money and also to stretch further his head-to-head statistics against Aden. For now, Caesar breaks dry. Cue ball will be okay for Aden. He's never shy on winning, and winning by comebacks. Aden.
Years of experience in this fucking game. 20 years experience.
For him to even stand a chance of winning against Caesar, Aden needs all the experience that saw him become a renowned player, as way back as 2013 when he won the South African Under-19 Championships, gaining the call to the South African national team, coming second in the African Championships in the seniors category the following year, 2014. Also coming second 5 years later in 2019, then winning the championship in 2022 as well as 23, winning it back to back. The experience that has been seeing him as one of the best South African players, very versatile in black ball and hay ball and 9 ball and 10 ball and a little bit of snooker. Nowadays, he has this Ugandan young man who is giving him a very, very bloody nose most of the times that they face off, and I love Aden for the fact that he always never shies away from challenges. In fact, he loves more challenges than even those that other top players do give him. Look at this kind of queuing, shooting with too much power, playing white ball by backspin into another red and opening up the frame once and for all for him to make a clearance that will win him a second frame in a row. This time round to pull his scores now to 6. I'm not so certain he will be happy with his cue ball. He may want to play the white ball behind the red with this kind of backspin off the cushion behind the red. Yellow, it almost intercepted the shot, lacked a little bit of accuracy. Best chance is to put red, I believe, by banking it to the corner pocket at the bottom right. Better still make a very sharp cut, which is what he's doing. It is very difficult and bizarre even to try it out. He goes for the bank, seems to be finding the bank, not really. He misses the shot only slightly. He has also played the black ball into the yellow. It will make it difficult for him to finish the frame, even though he would have potted the red. And especially given the position of the black, the fact that it is pretty much touching Caesar's yellow, I think Caesar now is in power position to win frame number 16. And he can really mean to be courageous, Caesar, daring to go for a frame, even looking as bad as these yellows. He will now change his mind and play for the first time in the match a safety shot. Aden wanting to find red off the cushion. He narrows the cue ball and misses the red. With Caesar having a free shot and a visit, more likely than not, he will be taking this frame. Look at the position of the red of Aden. There is some space between that red and the jaw of that corner pocket for Caesar to pass that yellow, which is now the ball he's playing next. And he, I think, will want to play the yellow off the red to displace the red for Caesar to have a little bit more comfort as he goes for the frame off the red. And yellow is in. White ball is drawn towards the top end of the table. I'm not so certain he can now pot any ball because it is so close to the black. If he's able to make a ball, then Aden for frame number 16 will count it gone, just like 10 of the first 15. And Caesar makes a ball. Now, it should be pretty much a routine practice clearance from the Scorpion, though he will have a difficulty of the position of 2 of the yellows once he plays one. Oops, it is a miss. A miss that was probably inspired by the position of the yellows, but Caesar was, of course, very careful that once I miss, I will have positioned the cue ball to snooker my opponent. Aden will probably be finding the red. He wants to snooker Caesar, hide white ball behind red. Perfect cueing from the ghost. But one of those times that even when you snooker, it is highly unlikely that Caesar will be failing to find one of his reds and wants to probably white ball can pass in between red and black to be played into the yellows. Wants to play again one yellow into another yellow, put the yellow at the corner pocket by connection. Not really.
Here we go. Here we go, Aden. Here we go.
Maybe this frame is about to be taken by Aden. He's never shy of playing these big shots. He may want to have a straight pot. White ball bounces off the cushion on the right and moves leftwards towards the center pocket on the left kind of direction. No, where he wanted to put the black. Aden's game is not fully on. Normally frames like this, he finishes them with a little bit of ease. Today he's not having his day at all. And East Africa, I want to remind you, is not a very good hunting ground for Aden at all. He has won many matches in East Africa. I'm talking of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, but all of them money matches, and maybe in earlier rounds of tournaments. He has never won a tournament in Kenya, Uganda, or Tanzania, and yet he has played tournaments in all those countries. He's about to lose an 11th frame, with Caesar now just about to get 11 to need 6 out of more than 10 frames on the table. Where is white ball going for Caesar? It could have gone anywhere with a little bit more energy. It could now have been sunk, but that won't matter. He has chance to put black to the corner pocket top left of the screen. He has to guide the white ball to avoid its direction into the corner pocket top right, and yes, black is sunk and Caesar wins another frame. And yes, he should now be thinking about winning 6 more frames and then plan what to do with 4,000 US dollars more tonight. Caesar 11 and Aden 5.
Come on, Aden. Come on, Aden. Come on, Aden.
Thank you for correcting me, Fred Crash Karanja. When I said it was raised to 21, it is raised to 17. And I think it is the same caption as the video subtitle. Another frame is just about to be won now by Aden. Be played into the red as though another snooker was possible, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He will be hitting black towards the corner pocket at the top right and will be winning another frame, and will be pulling one back on the scorpion. Aden Joseph 6, Caesar Chandiga 11, rest to 17 with 4,000 US dollars at stake. Special shout outs to the Joseph Legacy, Aden's management team, as well as Flames Pub and Grill in Joburg. Also, special shout out to the Advanced Talent Agency, Caesar's management team, based in Kampala. Now, time for the Scorpion to break again. Hit the second ball, has a good position of the white ball is kind of suspect, and yet he doesn't make a ball. Aden will be playing another defense shot. I'm not so certain cue ball is not touching the red. If it's not touching, I believe Caesar will be playing exactly the same shot.
I said I'll come and say possible.
Now Caesar's lead fan is Alfred Gumekiza, is called Black Sheep in the Pole Fraternity. Then Aden's lead fan, there seems to be one among many, as usual, Pila Mazambani, who I am very sure will be unhappy, more than happy, if Aden loses, and yet he won. I'm sure that Pila Mazambani is more interested in Aden's victory than his own victory. If he were given a chance to exchange his victory instead for Aden's, he will choose Aden's. I am very certain about that. He did defeat Colin Sway by 15 frames to 10 earlier today. It's 5 reds on the table. One of them position tricky. Caesar, rather than, there's a temptation at which he could play it and put it by combination to the corner pocket on the top right where there is a yellow. Caesar will want to play red to be played into the yellow, put both of them to the same corner pocket, and he does it very easily. Puts the red as though there was no yellow. Sometimes I think that when that situation comes, players with such skill, they don't even see that yellow ball in the pocket. They just pass that red ball, and doing so very casually. White is so direct. The line between it red and the center pocket on the right, that it needs some kind of skill for Caesar to manipulate the cue ball after potting, which I believe he will. The pot, yes, the manipulation of the cue ball, it came in with a little bit of difficulty, but in the end, it has paid off. It's a simple roll. Yellow ball being used by the cushion to support its movement to have direct shot for Caesar to pot yellow with bank shot, with backspin, white of the cushion and into the middle point of the table for him to pot black to the center pocket on the right. The Scorpion is in business here. He's seeing light at the end of the tunnel. He needs only 7 frames, while Aden needs the whole of 11. Is it 11? Yes, 11 out of the remaining 16. Caesar 12 and Aden 6. As I speak, on all platforms where this match is having a live stream, we are now 4,200 watching live. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Aden. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Mchana. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Aden Joseph Legacy. Thank you, ATA. And thank you to whoever is spending their time and data bundles, not only to watch and enjoy, but also to give us as streamers. Aden under pressure of a scoreline out of his favor and under the weight of a player that is increasingly, and I'm saying that every passing month, Caesar is increasingly outshining Aden on the African continent because of, most especially, Caesar's consistency compared to Aden, at least of late, at least the last 1-2 years. Aden has won a major comp in the last 5 months, the Queen's Sports Club double elimination comp, and has actually won 2 in the space of the last year because he has well won at billiards. In the space of the last 1 year, he has won 2 majors. That is the Grand Mchana, as well as the Commonwealth Hable Championships. In many of the other big comps, Caesar has been reaching the prize bucket. Others are not major, and he has been winning a few. A Super 16-man comp organized at Timeout. He won. A Super 16-man comp organized at Q Masters, Tanzania. He won. A Super 16-man comp that was concluded yesterday. Here he only came second, which he considered as a disappointing second. He also came second in another Super 16-man comp organized by the ATA at the same venue over the space of the last year. And I've lost count of how many events he has been winning, which have made him so popular, also so famous, so loved by fans at the venue and fans online. And no shade of a doubt, Aden is very loved as well. The difference is most especially in the SADC region. Two very talented shooters, also 2 very well-traveled shooters, with Caesar drawing inspiration from Aden, now turning one of the guys that inspired him into a routine opponent. A relatively tricky frame, this one. Two reds positioned in very good space. One of them not so much. The one that is pointing the cue towards is the one that is contemplating cue ball 4 as he's continuing in attacking play. He may want to play the cue ball towards the area round where the black is, but maybe not now. The movement of his cue ball is testament of someone who wants a cut on the red he's about to play. Once he cuts it to the corner pocket, top left, white ball is played into the dead red. Probably play it open, maybe play it into the yellows, try and clear the red and finish the frame. It is not played into the red, it is not played well. He gets himself in trouble. I'm not so certain he has enough sight of the red to put it again to the corner pocket top right. He could be contemplating it, playing it direct, maybe utilize a little bit of movement off the yellow. But it has to be very slight movement off the yellow if he decides to use the yellow. Trying to play it direct puts him into a risk of probably playing the yellow first. Whatever he's trying to contemplate, it goes off the yellow. Not an easy finish it was always going to be. It stands out an opportunity for Aden to win a 7th frame. And that relatively difficult ball to put of the two down. The rest should be a formality.
The best in the business. The best in the business. I'm on the boost.
Is your phone for that guy?
Don't tell her fun things. JL.
I think
Aden 7 and Caesar 12.
Keep the fire burning. Keep the fire burning. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Aden. A chance is a chance. Come take it.
We have a dry break from Caesar. We have another opportunity for Aden to win a frame. That's what he has to do, to be waiting for Aden, wait for chances like these, and when they come, he has to utilize them to the fullest. He needs to win consecutive frames. He doesn't want it that way. When he wins one and Caesar one and Aden one and Caesar one, that will be Aden playing in FIFA. Three more reds to go. The South African is slowly but steadily getting himself back to the match. I just have this feeling that maybe Caesar's lead is a little bit too big. Not because it's not surmountable, but because Caesar is also one more chance away from winning another frame and extending his lead. Aden has played one perfect frame. I believe that this frame is already won. by Aden, and by reverse dish top spin. Cue ball following the red, but towards the top end of the table in a direction where the kind of black even Francis Mukwekwe can pot. That one he can pot if he trains well. Aden now 8 and Caesar 12, race to 17 for 4,000 US dollars. Now after Caesar breaking dry in the previous frame, Aden comes up and breaks dry. Again, we are left to see if Caesar can punish Aden for breaking dry as good as Aden did when Caesar broke dry in the previous frame. Caesar does close the table playing the reds, pretty much a finishable frame, not only because the balls are all in space, but because as well the guy that is trying to finish the frame is Caesar. If he wins this, he will simply need 4 more frames. I want to assume that this one is pretty much in the bag. That's why he's taking his time to think, map out a pattern, and finish the frame once and for all. He has taken a lot of time. I don't see that so often. He wants to put red to the center pocket on the right first. Maybe the reds at the top end of the table, he will want to play them last. Maybe the second red near the center pocket on the right to be played last. Some kind of pattern. Once again, if you're anywhere in and around Nairobi City, we are at Mchana Pub and Grill, Ngong Road, alongside Ngong Road, opposite Prestige Mall, Prestige Plaza. Cue ball being played into the black probably amplifies his chances of winning the frame with this current visit even the more, because black is even in more space than it was prior, and the 3 reds in even more space. He may want to play red to the corner pocket top right, maybe white ball round the second red. I suspect it will be the shot off 2 cushions, round the second red, just like that. Simple roll of the last red, white ball off the cushion. He has perfect groove to put black now to the center pocket on the left, as his fans start to chant him on that 4 more to go. They consider this one gone, and yes, it is gone away from Aden. The Scorpion 13, the Ghost 8, raised to 17 for 4,000 US dollars. All right, thank you for watching. Robinson Matovu seem to be supporting the Scorpion. Ben Jema Tongo Music, Dr. Spencer, Kaz 2000, Emma Wamala, Chigundu Second, Joko, Elf Ezra. Welcome to the stream on Sunday Collections. Thank you for watching. Emmanuel Kagame, Wesley Raymond Jr., Derek Tarimwa, Safisa Gugu Maisela, welcome Din Nasir, amongst others. Thank you for watching, and thank you for giving the audience as streamers. And the audience is now having Aden pretty much under pressure and must perform under pressure. It's becoming a little bit too much the way Caesar is winning consecutively against Aden. I have to tell you, if Caesar wins this match, that it's most likely to happen. It will be well. Should be the fourth time in a row that he's winning. Maybe the third, maybe the fourth out of time. One. Actually, it will be the fourth time in a row. One was Team Baxo, Super 16-man comp quarterfinals. The other was Super 16-man at Q Masters. The other was the Q Masters pool carnival itself, and the other will be now. Last time out that Aden beat Caesar was that last mini match which they had in South Africa. Before then, Aden had beaten Caesar in the quarterfinals of Queens, which was actually semi-finals in the second live comp that was won by Aden. But then at Billiards Cafe, Aden had also beaten Caesar in the round of last 64, but Caesar had been beaten Aden in the post-tournament money match. Aden will want to play white ball into the black, play it open with backspin, with the right English on it. He normally does this effortlessly, just like that. The frame is good, has gone. He will be put to the center pocket on the right with again top spin, but with a little bit of right English, because he needs whites to move towards the bottom end of the table anyway. Just like that, the rest is a formality. Aden Joseph 9, Caesar Chandiga 13. I have a count of how many uppers, red and green, we are watching in this match. I just love it for the fact that these players are giving the best possible entertainment that they can give us. Once again, Aden Joseph and Caesar Chandiga are racing to 17 today on a very cold Monday morning on the 18th of August here at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi. It's a post-tournament money match after one of the best pool competitions I've ever seen in Africa in terms of how well the players were treated. Probably pampered, because Mchana chairman did airlift all the traveling players by air with return tickets to and from Nairobi. He gave all of them $300 as a fee simply to participate. He accommodated all of them in top class accommodation here in Nairobi. He also made them to register for 0 shillings. Nobody registered a single coin, and yet there were $6,000 to win as prize pot for the top 4, which came increased even as the tournament progressed. And I wouldn't fault Jerry for going home earlier today. He's already in Durban. Why stay around when some of these guys will tempt you to money matches to make you vomit some of your loot? He's a clever guy. Congratulations, Jerry. That was very deserved. He has been going through a lot. As a sportsman, he will be thinking that he's back to where he belongs. I look forward to watching him and streaming his game in the next tournament that could come by. It could very easily be now the Ultimate Pool Championships that will be coming up in Mpumalanga in South Africa. It will be the second version of Ultimate Pool in Africa. Majority of the players who have participated in this competition and the one at Q Masters will be expected to participate for their respective countries. There will be a national team tournament. Call it just a team tournament, and there will be singles. Keep your fingers crossed. It's the big comp coming up next. Ultimate rules are slightly different. We shall be giving you have they will be deferring. Yes, the organizing committee alongside led by Mose Foze, the South African pool guru, is pretty much working on that one, and we are expecting it to be a successful event. Once again, it will be happening this coming October in Mpumalanga in South Africa. And I know that if Caesar makes it there, Aden will make it there as well, for the same reason that you are watching them now. Elif Ezra, also thank you. Thabo Madope, Tereto, Peter Nyirenda, thank you for reminding us to like what we are watching. Yes, whether you're watching on Qpixel's Photography Break and Finish Live, Mchana Pool Club, don't forget to like the video. Motumba Anthony, you said Caesar prefers many matches to tournaments. No, Caesar has a very good tournament record. I just told you that before. No, in the last space of 1 month and 1 week, about 5 weeks, he has played in 6 tournaments, reaching 5 finals and winning 3. No more consistent player. Not an easy shot, this one. Cue ball could naturally be potted to the center pocket on the right, but Aden controls it quite intricately, and yet he's so unfortunate with the resting position of the cue ball. And unfortunate will not be enough. If he misses the red, probably even if he finds it and doesn't pot it, he will be losing the frame. He has to make this one count. Play white ball off the cushion and try and pot the red. He could pot it. Very good from Aden. Very good recovery from the ghost. Even though this will be now a 10th frame that he will be winning in terms of the last 2 shots, this frame will be the top of the draw, hoping that he sinks the black, which he does. Yes, that was close to him losing by putting the white. It could be a frame 1 in a way that even destabilizes the opponent, because now that is the Aden that we pretty much know. Aden in double figures, 10, Caesar on 13. I love it for the fact that for the last 20-30 minutes, Aden has been playing pretty much that like the Aden we all know. What I don't know if it's not too late for him to mount a comeback. Well, 10-13 now is a respectable score, even when trailing. What I don't know, maybe what I know a little bit is that if Caesar is needing to win only 4, from around 6, so it's likely that he will get them irrespective of his opponent. He's the guy that plays the highest number of money matches on the African continent and probably with the highest win ratio in money matches. He has taken down so many Ugandans. Actually, all that have dared to play against him have tasted his wrath. All in Kenya, all in Tanzania, all in South Africa, all in Morocco, some in China, some in the United Kingdom. And he's not yet to get fed up. He's decided to play the cue ball to ensure that he pots the red, the top end of the table first. I'm not so certain that he has full sight of the last red. The nod of his head will probably be in agreement with me. He simply plays it with power to expect some luck, try and pot it. He looks like he has potted the wrong ball. He has not potted his red and will probably be losing the frame. Very easy to think that the frame is lost when either of these players fouls at any stage in the match. Caesar has to be very careful. It could be a second successful South African making a second comeback on the second day. Yet again, Aden will try to emulate exactly what Jerry did yesterday, come back against Caesar and take him down on this very table, this time around in a money match. The frame is as good as gone. Caesar did lose his button only by missing the cue ball by about a millimeter or so. Aden will not mind. He'll be playing the white ball towards the top end of the table and back. No, he has also outplayed myself or my thoughts. And we'll be finishing the frame, finishing it the easiest way possible. Oh no, the cue ball moved further than he would have wanted, but still has a chance to recover that black. Is portable to the corner pocket, I think, top left of the screen. Here he comes, looks to be on target. On target he is not. He's at least played the cue ball towards the bottom end of the table to make it difficult for Caesar to pot. But Caesar will be wanting one big shot, simply aiming for the last red towards the corner pocket top right. Remember, white is pretty much frozen against the cushion. The bridge is affected. And Caesar loses the frame. Aden now on 11 and Caesar on 13. A comeback is starting to look likely.
Against all odds. Against all odds. You are the one. You are the one. The brakes are working now. Nothing is stopping now. The brakes are working. Nothing is stopping. Come on.
Now this frame is highly critical for both players. Nothing Aden needs than put Caesar under pressure. Nothing Caesar needs than extend his lead, especially when Aden is seemingly coming very worryingly close to him. Most of the times that these guys have been having many matches, however, wins has been someone that has been grabbing the bull by the horn right at the start of the match and winning consecutive frames. This time it has been Caesar starting very well. Aden is now the better player for the last 20 minutes or so of the match, with Caesar breaking dry and sometimes missing unexpectedly in frame after frame. A 5-frame lead has been cut to 2, with Aden needing to win this frame to cut it further to 1. Thank you for watching. Kanego Koji, Nsanzi GN watching on Facebook, Samuel Mwaniki, Sandile Mbingwa, Yosepul will one day kill you, Ephraim Zaifi, thank you for watching. Dino Biela, Lera Tokati, Dash Sibangiso, all from Southern Africa.
One-way traffic. One-way congestion now.
Oh, that was too little but too neat by Aden. He needs a shot or two equally good, but it will not come easy whatsoever. Look at the position of the black, and I think that he will want to play the red ball, the white last, because it gives him better chance to get white for black if he's to think of finishing the frame in the current visit of the table. Now the position of the white is in such a way that when he pots, naturally the cue ball goes towards the top end of the table, maybe off the cushion, maybe playing the white ball leftwards, which he does. Little bounce off the cushion. He has sight of the black to try and put it to the corner pocket top right. I'm not so certain it is full right. He can certainly see it. Whether he can put it, I'm not so certain.
We are locking these chains. We are locking these chains.
A bank shot is also quite tempting. Putting, I'm not so certain. It's risky. The risk pays off. The ghost is in business. Top class ball plus from the South African Aden Joseph 12 and Caesar Chandiga 13. One more frame for the ghost to complete the comeback and to turn this race to 17 into now a race to 4. Once again, Aden 12 and Caesar 13. Here we are. Oh no. Another dry break from Caesar. Is it a sign of destiny? Is it a reason to believe, if you are Aden, if you are a fan of Aden, that he will be equalizing for the very first time in the match ever since it started? This should be the first time that the scores will be level for the first time. The last time that the scores were level were before they started, because then it was 0-0. Caesar has been leading until something like a beast is now coming out of the ghost, who has played red into yellow to close the table, now playing yellows. The ghost now has 6 yellows on the table, one of them dead, the one closest to the bottom of your screen in the middle. He will be contemplating how to play it, how to put it. The rest should be finished formally. All of them yellows and the black. Now this is what he's doing, playing. Now yellow ball to the corner pocket, bottom left, to maintain pretty much natural white, to try and roll the dead yellow right against the rail to the corner pocket, bottom right. He could as well spin the cue ball backwards to play the cue ball into the dead yellow. He plays the initial normal shot. Just one more big shot. Roll the yellow successfully, have no contact between that yellow and the second yellow, which is near the pocket, which if he does, with the white ball bouncing off the cushion a little, he will clearly be winning the frame. He does so, and does so quite effortlessly. Now to sink the yellow he's looking at, with the white ball bouncing off the cushion, moving towards the top end of the table, probably just around the middle of two cushions. He does it even more beautifully, a little bit more arrogantly, but yes, more efficiently. The frame is gone. The comeback is finished. The ghost is in business. And now needing to play the last yellow with very little energy. Little bounce of the white of the cushion. The white is as perfect as the word perfect can be. The black will be sunk to the center pocket. No need of looking at it more than once. There is a clear gap which it can be utilized, and the black is sunk for the first time ever since the start of the match. The scores are level. The $4,000 is now hanging in the balance. I also want to think now that the guy that is coming from behind, that is Aden, is having momentum on his side. Race to 17 is now race to 4. Aden 13 and Caesar 13.
Nothing changed today. We are nothing changed. Today, they get a lot. Come on, Caesar. Come on, Caesar. Give it a lot of chances. Time is clear. Don't bring it back. We are going to finish one by one.
Now frame number 27 is upon us. At most, there will be 6 more frames after this one. We are now racing to 4. More than ever before, Caesar needs to win this frame. You don't allow your opponents to come from 5 frames down and equalize against you, and then you allow them to lead against you. Should be making a light work of finishing this frame. Maybe his only problem could be the position of the black, which by his standards is also easily portable anyways. There we are. He seems not to be very contented with the position of his cue ball. When he puts either of the balls on the table normally, white is not natural for the others, most especially 2 yellows that are at the bottom end of the table, which he may want to put by connection. Playing the yellow. Sorry, I'm talking of the reds because he's playing reds. The 2 reds at the bottom end of the table, which are portable with biggest ease by connection. White ball off the cushion. He's looking for white for connection and does perfectly well. The Scorpion trying to bounce back to stop what is a mounting comeback of the South African Ghost, playing red into red. This is the second red packed as the first red is spotted. A simple roll of 1 red and another simple roll of black. Perfect response, perfect timing. The Scorpion to get back into business. After losing 5 of the last 6 frames, Caesar gets to remind himself how to win a frame again. He gets to lead again, but leads only narrowly. Caesar, Chandiga 14, and Aden, Joseph 13. For so many times in this match, the difference between winning frames and losing them has many times been the break. Forget about one of the scoreboards which is yet about to be flipped. The score is 13-14, the Scorpion leading, breaks big, makes a ball, and relatively good position of the cue ball, most especially in relation to the yellows, which I believe are the color of balls he will want to play. Now plays, he could foul, it's a scratch. Aden jumps out of the blocks as though something wrong has really happened to him. The table remains open. When the cue ball is potted on the shot that is supposed to close the table, Aden could play the yellows, could play the reds. The first shot is as well a free shot. It as well does not close the table. The match is in suspense. Aden is in suspense. Caesar is in suspense. Kampala in suspense. Johannesburg in suspense. Cape Town under pressure. Gulu under suspense. Port Elizabeth is worried. Arua is skeptic. The match is too unpredictable and too close to call. The table remains open. But seemingly the Ghosts will be going for the yellows. And we'll want to pot the yellow ball, which is rightwards of the two he's looking at, with a little bit of a backspin for him to manipulate the white to pot even the second yellow to the same corner pocket he's trying to play. Maybe he's thinking that he doesn't have enough sight of the yellow. I think he has enough. He's contemplating closing the table using another yellow. Instead, he could also go for the reds because it is within his right now. Remember, the table is still open. He seems to have made up his mind by trying to go for the yellows. And pots using backspin effect on the cue ball. The yellow ball, which is rightwards of them on the table, I'm not so certain he can see it in full to pot it. Maybe he believes he can, with a little bit of curve of the white ball around the red to play the yellow and play it and pot it. Little mass shot, perfected by the Ghost. These are things he has been doing for so many years and doing them so consistently. He has for so many years been the yardstick of African pool. He has been the guy that most of the players have been wanting to beat, to gauge where they have been. He's the guy that Caesar played so many matches with for fans to consider Caesar nowadays. I'm not saying all, most especially Caesar's fans considering him now as the finest player on the African continent. 6 matches played between the two prior to today. Aden having won the first and last, Caesar having won all the 4 in between. Aden will want to make it a second money match 1 in a row against Caesar for the very first time, needing to put now the last 2 yellows on the table, 1 towards the corner pocket bottom right, 1 towards the center pocket on the right. Black is in space. He should be in business as long as he's able to balance power of the cue ball, having very little movement after bouncing off the cushion, with a little bit of right English on the cue ball. He now has accurate white for the last yellow to the center pocket on the right. He probably wants to play the yellow off the cushion at the bottom, moving back towards the top end of the table to try and put back to the center pocket on the right, and he does so accurately. The Ghost is equalizing against the Scorpion, and after 28 frames of play, it is Aden 14 and Caesar 14.
And this for 20 years. Never failed. Never stand. Keep the fire burning. One break.
So our guy that is flipping the scoreboard is Evans Kipro teacher, and is not tall enough to reach the bottom scoreboard. The management decided to use 2 scoreboards instead of 1. Now as he flips, it is more clear. 14-14 after 28 frames of play, and Aden in frame number 29. Remember, we are now racing to 3. That's why each frame looks like it is more. It's as if each frame is worth $4,000. And that's why Pila Mazambani's noise is growing even louder. He's such an important figure in Aden's career. He's always there for him. Aden himself is not a fan, but even when Pila Mazambani is playing a very minor match, Aden will be there to chant him up and cheerlead, because the guy supports him so much after all. I'm very certain, like I said before, Pila Mazambani would gladly exchange his own victory to Aden's if given chance, because he won a money match earlier today.
My father by force, breaking my chains today.
Here we are, 13-13. Looks like Aden will be the first player to, sorry, it's 14-14, and looks like Aden will be the first player to 15. How good with this will his cue ball be? I am assuming he will pot it with ease. Cue ball is relatively okay, being played into red. Doesn't move enough towards the top end of the table, but should be fine. Having now drag effect on the cue ball, such that after bouncing off the cushion, it doesn't move really far away from the white ball. He will have to roll the last yellow to the corner pocket with a little bit of left English on the cue ball, trying to pot both yellow and black to the same corner pocket, top left. And he is cueing effortlessly well. Enormously gifted. Has been entertained in the continent for close to 2 decades now, and still shooting that good for the very first time in the match. The Ghost from South Africa is in the lead. Aden Joseph 15, Caesar Chandiga 14, race to 17. Here comes the Scorpion chance, and for the first time in the match, he is the one trying to play catch up. Not easy playing in this kind of condition, when you lead and lead by 5 frames, and then your opponent mightily comes back against you, fighting like a wounded buffalo. And it has been a very, very spirited fight by Aden Joseph, irrespective of whatever will happen, irrespective of what will be the outcome in this match. For me, he's looking like some kind of player of the match already, of the two. Here is critical shot. This one, it's a pot. Now, when you look at the 4 red scissors he's having on the table, one of them, just one, is positioned tricky. Of course, the one that is close to the center pocket on the left. Has to be very careful, has to maintain calmness. He has to avoid being nervous. He has not to think about the money. He has simply to think about the frame. Of course, he has been in this kind of condition so many times, and many times he has been overcoming. You trust him to overcome. If he overcomes, it will be a very mighty overcome. 2 reds left on the table. The one at the top end, I'm not so certain he can see it in full. Now he knows that he can't. He simply needs support. Make it slow and maintain white ball not so distant from the position it is. It is a pot, and a very critical pot from the Scorpion should be equalizing here. I can't even believe that I'm talking about Caesar equalizing after him leading by 5 frames just about an hour ago. Yes, he will be equalizing. We are having this race to 17, ladies and gentlemen, now turning into a race to 2 because it is Caesar 15 and Aden 15. Maximum number of frames left in the match is 2. Sorry, is 3. But the match will be won by whoever of these 2 players wins 2 frames first. In the meantime, we have now surpassed the 5,000 mark watching live. This one is only the 3rd match involving 2 African players to surpass 5,000 viewers watching live. Thank you, Aden. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, the management teams, the Ghost Legacy, the ATA. Thank you, the fans who are watching this one online. And after that dry break, the Scorpion stands a realistic chance of leading for the first time in a long while in this match. He's taking all the time he has in the world, simply like they say, to make sure. At that time, when you cannot afford to blink, you cannot afford to miss a frame, you cannot afford to miss a shot, you cannot afford to foul, you cannot even afford to break dry. That is what these guys are subjecting each other to. Aden will be watching from the sidelines, and like you can see, every time Caesar misses a ball, Aden comes back to the table with no time wasted, as though he's expecting that this day is meant for him, as though he's expecting something. Tricky looking frame for Aden. Look at those 2 yellows that are touching each other. He may play one into another. The one which has been played into could be ported to the corner pocket top right of Caesar's red. Likely the shot he's playing, likely the shot he has just played, likely myself predicting him right. And likely that he will be winning this frame, likely that he will be needing to win 1 out of the last 2. Only 1 bad yellow on the table now. And naturally, when he pots the one he's looking at, white ball will be played into the relatively dead yellow, the one that is closest to the red. When he does that with relatively good power balance, allowing cue ball not to run too far away, he should be winning this ongoing frame. And if he does that, we shall be talking about him for the 2nd time in this match, pretty much the most critical time of this match. And we'll need to win 1 out of the last 2, as Caesar will need to win both, something that I didn't see coming 1 hour ago, but something that is quite likely as we speak. He hasn't played the yellow enough in terms of distance between it now and the red, but it is still portable, most especially with the center pocket on the right, where he's having his hands now. That's why he's playing the cue ball with this position of play as you are seeing. He'll probably start with the yellow ball at the top end of the table, play it very slow, because he will want to maintain cue ball after bouncing off the cushion at the top end of the table. He wants to put the yellow ball in between the 3 to the center pocket on the right. But given the position of the cue ball, he may play the center pocket yellow first, because it's not easy whatsoever. White ball relatively has a big cut on the yellow, and it moves towards a distance further away. It needs a lot of English on the cue ball to maintain it, probably drag it such that after bouncing off the cushion, it loosens in terms of power. He plays it relatively even better, because he played it with the big right spin. His intention is now to put that yellow to the corner pocket bottom. Sorry, in the top left. Play the cue ball into the red near the yellow with a little bit of power. Just like that, move the red ball away and clear the last yellow on the table. I love the brains. I love the execution. I love his ability to play so well, even under too much pressure. And I love the fact that he has been doing it for so many years. You are listening to somebody that saw him come second in the Africa Pool Championships in Dar es Salaam 2014 and has been watching him up to present day for the whole of the last 11 years. He has been a top shooter representing himself and the ghost nation of South Africa, and his management team, and his father who taught him how to play, and his wife who is always watching everywhere that he goes. And the kid now aiming for the last yellow, probably spinning the cue ball backwards. He wants it towards the end of the table where it is right now. But there is a red for Caesar. Aden misses. It could be the most critical miss of the entire session. And Caesar's fans chant, "A chance is a chance." And I can't believe that Aden, after playing so well for so many frames, coming back successfully, equalizing against Caesar, who was leading by 5 frames. Aden is now on the verge of giving the lead away almost cheaply. If it is as I may think that Caesar will be making this clearance, then Aden will be needing to win the last 2 frames or else lose $4,000 US, just like that. And I want to believe that should Aden lose this match, given how it has gone, he may ask for another dance with the Scorpion. Here comes the Scorpion. The red ball near the yellow, just around the left end of the table, should be played as the second ball. He's a player with a very trustable pattern.
Remember the name.
His second ball is just about to be played. He simply needs to play it on target. Anywhere he will be having the white ball on space, he should be good to go. Play it on target, white ball just a little bit away from the yellow. Simple roll of the last yellow to the corner pocket top right. Will give Caesar pretty much enough white for black. He may want to bounce the white ball off the cushion on the left, such as it moves rightwards, just like that. Caesar will be rolling black now to the corner pocket bottom right. The guy that started the match faster out of the blocks with a faster start, with better breaks, with better clearances, who has been outplayed by Aden for the last 1 hour, now gets back into the business. Now in the match with 16 frames to 15. There are 2 frames more to play. Aden will want to win them both or else succumb to another defeat yet against Caesar. Aden Joseph 16, Aden Joseph 15 and Caesar Chandiga 16.
didn't want to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now official that today is a money match between Caesar and Aden. In terms of live views, is the most viewed match ever between two African players. Now with 7,000 people watching live on 4 different platforms: Break and Finish Live, Facebook and YouTube, Mchana Pool Club YouTube, as well as Q Pixels Photography Facebook. Thank you, Africa. After this chance Aden is having, he can no longer afford to blink. Maybe if he doesn't win this match, Aden will look back at those chances that he gave away when he was playing quite casually, quite carelessly, quite complacently, especially during the first 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of the match, where he gave out chance after chance after chance, miss after miss, and allowed Caesar to take a big lead, which Aden has tried his best and has successfully come back against. Then Caesar still has the fight in him. He does close the table. Aden, he's playing the reds in blackboard rules on an open table. You play yellow and put red, you close the table. Playing the color of balls you will have.
This is what you know best. This is what you know best. Come on in. Joseph Legacy. Come on in. Make us proud. Make us proud. Come on. Come on, stay strong. You can do this.
The is too much. There is now silence at the venue. But one of those times when silence is even louder than noise, that's what we are going through. Whatever Aden is contemplating here, whatever is going on in his mind, he will be knowing that if he doesn't make a clearance of this ongoing frame to take this match to the wire, to the decider, then he will most likely be losing it all. One of those times when your $4,000 depends on one clearance, which is even not a routine clearance, as though he's playing defense. For once, Aden waits. The frame hangs in the balance. The match hangs in the balance. $4,000 hangs in the balance. One of these guys will be losing it. Losing it is even more thoughtful than winning it, because winning it is on the good side anyway. Here comes Caesar. tricky looking really yellow's frame. He decides to respond to Aden's safety, with Caesar having a safety of his own. Actually, it is very difficult, if not impossible, for Aden to pot a ball. But believe you me, Aden could very easily be the most elaborative player on the African continent today, especially when he's in difficult situations, when he's in danger, when he's in trouble. That's when you get the best of him. He may want to play the red towards the left, off the cushion on the left, try and put it to that corner pocket, off the cushion. He puts it, uses the white ball to open up another red. It's in a little bit more space than it was. His intention was to have a position of the white ball where he can pot even the red he has just played open now. Whatever he's trying to contemplate, whatever is going on in his mind, it is not easy times these, being in the position where Aden is. It is even more difficult time being Aden himself, knowing that thousands are watching. It's just him versus his cue stick and the cue ball. A red's frame, Caesar's yellows, and $4,000. Off the cushion, finds the red. If he pots it, it will be to a disadvantage. He finds it well and doesn't pot. I think he will be contented with what is the result of his shot. After all, he was able successfully to play one of Caesar's yellows dead, that one which is behind the red, around the center pocket on the right. Look at that yellow ball as Caesar cues, that yellow ball which is behind Aden's red. If Caesar plays it open, if he finds the shot that opens it up, he should consider himself $4,000 richer. Aden played it on purpose, playing his red behind the yellow as an insurance ball, such that if Caesar gets a chance to attack, he doesn't find it easy to finish the frame. But Caesar will be trying maybe to play. There was a tempting shot there. If he had played that yellow off the top cushion towards the center pocket on the right, it could be quite realistic that he would pot his yellow off the red and open up the yellow once and for all. It's the chance maybe the shot he's trying to play now, yellow off red to open up the yellow off the red, and perfection with capital P. This one now could be the last dance of the Scorpion. And yes, he needs 4 more shots. One of them is gone. It's where you have to be very, very afraid if you are in Polokwane or East London or Bloemfontein or Durban or Pretoria or Johannesburg or anywhere in between those cities of the Rainbow Nation, because for a 5th time out of 7 attempts, clearly the Scorpion is just about to take down the Ghost unless something terribly wrong happens to Caesar's playing pattern. And still realistic, by the way, because the yellow ball is looking at is portable with sharp cut. White ball moves towards the bottom end of the table, and it needs very accurate power balance for him to maintain cue ball for the second yellow to the center pocket, now corresponding on the right. He's deciding to play the shot. How good will cue ball be off to cushions? He has full sight of the last yellow. And after, yes, playing out for about 2.5 hours, after a big fight for $4,000, the Ugandan is winning today. There was a very big scare of the cue ball potentially having been potted, but yes, Caesar's fans are already celebrating. Aden's fans are expressing the disbelief, the discomfort, the unhappiness, the sadness. Caesar now sinks for one last time and defeats Aden yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a match worth your eyes as Caesar celebrates with his fans. Yet again, the East African curse on Aden Joseph continues with no realistic victories having been